Good morning, everybody. Junior Weatherman here with your premium weather discussion update. Taking a look here at our current NAM model run is showing that the rain and thunderstorms that we're actually expecting this weekend, as we see the low pressure that's coming out of the Rockies, it's going to move to our northwest through Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. On the front end of this, it's going to bring out windy conditions, rain out ahead of it, and even some thunderstorms possible as we move through Saturday night and even into Sunday and Sunday night as well. Windy conditions Sunday, wind gusts 40-50 miles per hour expected. So just know that is coming into our direction. And then as we see on the backside of this, we see a secondary low that's coming up from the Gulf. That's going to bring in some more rain showers, mixed precipitation for southern Michigan. Northern Illinois will see mixed precipitation along with some snow. And then on the backside of this secondary low that forms, we will also see snow into our area come Monday into Monday night. As we look into the wind gust here over the next few days, we can see that they're quite strong as we head into this first system that's coming through. Out ahead of it, we see gusts into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. And then as we head into Sunday evening, we get to see the 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts into our area here as we see this cold front that's going to be slicing through. That's going to be bringing the cold air on the backside and on the secondary low that's going to be moving through. So strong gusty winds Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday. It starts to taper off Monday evening, and then that's when the snow does kick into it for our area. Take a look here at our upper air pattern. Over the next few days here, or next few weeks, we'll take a look here. We see basically where we have a blocking off the Atlantic coast that's keeping the lows that are going to be moving off to our northwest. So that's where we're seeing the rain showers and also the winds out ahead of these low pressures, and we're on the warm side. And then the secondary low will bring in colder air dropping out of Canada and sucking that back into our area along with some snow. Now, the March 12th time frame, we need to keep an eye on, too, because we see this big bowling ball low or trough that's coming out of Canada and meeting up with moisture that's pulling up out of the Gulf of Mexico. And right now, it's a pretty strong low pressure, bringing a lot of cold air down with it and a lot of moisture up from the Gulf. So we do need to monitor that for some kind of snow system that's going to be playing in our area, probably around the 12th, 13th time frame. Is what I'm looking at as of right now. And then behind that, cold air stays in our area. We see a couple clippers also with this through the 16th, 17th, 18th of March. And then we start to get on a slight warm up here where we have an area of high pressure or a trough that's down to our south, which is going to bring up some warm air. But we have a negative AO, which is releasing cold air down. So that's not going to help keep anything warm for a substantial amount of time. As we head towards the 21st, 22nd, 23rd time frame, we see a big ridge starting to build here in most of the eastern United States. That's going to keep us on a southwest to northwest flow here. So that's going to keep the jet stream well to the north, and that's going to bring on some warmer air. I'm not talking hot. I'm talking maybe 50s and 60s back to our area around the 21st, 22nd time frame. Now we take a look at temperatures for the next few days here. We see the warm here this weekend. That does leave our area. We're back down to the 20s and 30s and 40s. And then even if we move out to March 14th time frame, we're still cold. Okay, so we have at least a good 2 weeks, 15, 16 days here of cooler temperatures, minus the 2 days coming up here on the weekend. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here at the GFS run here and see what we're seeing with those systems. Let me move this. Hang on one second here. Get this out of the way here. Okay. So we'll see at the GFS. We see the GFS bringing in that rain, windy out ahead of it. Okay. Back on the back end of that, up in Wisconsin and Minnesota, we see snow. And then a secondary low forms off of this cold front. And riding right along there, we see the GFS bringing heavy rain from about Fort Wayne, Muncie area, and then points to the southeast, into Columbus, Ohio, down towards Cincinnati. 2 inches of rain out of the question. It does get cold enough. Cold air ushers back in on the backside of this, but with limited moisture. So I'm not expecting a lot of snow from this Monday to Tuesday time frame, maybe an inch, 2 inches for our area, up towards the Chicago, southern parts of Michigan, you're maybe 2 to 3 inches, but even at that, it's going to be hard to get to, especially with the 60s and 70s that we're going to be seeing Saturday into Sunday. As we go through time here, we're into the March 11th time frame. Here's that system getting organized, okay, and then we see it, like I showed, that big bowling ball coming down, that big cold air coming down. Here it is. Here's the system. It's pulling up moisture out of the Gulf here, okay? We have enough cold air. We have big high pressure off the Atlantic, big high pressure here in the Rockies. That's ushering cold air. The high pressure is ushering moisture back in off of the Atlantic and also out of the Gulf. So we have a warm air, cold air system here, classic comma-shaped system. This is a big-time system that we need to monitor. Little deviance here, left, right of the low will determine where that snow is, but I think the GFS has been kind of all over the place. If you look at, I'm going to go back a few runs here. Here's the last run for the GFS for this time frame. The low is way up here. If we go back a run, it's way over here. So I'm going back one more run. Here it is here in Illinois, the heavy snow. So it's kind of all over the place. We don't have a good track yet. I can't say who's going to get the snow, who's not going to get the snow, but there is a big system here around the 11th through the 13th of March that we do need to monitor. And then that moves through. Big cold rush, windy conditions, lake effect snow is going to happen if this run verifies. And then we see a couple clippers that I mentioned between about the 13th through the 16th, 17th time frame. Here's a couple coming down here that we just need to monitor. Nothing substantial. We get into the 18th, 19th, 20th time frame. Here's our jet stream well up to the north here, like I talked about. We have systems that are going to be coming in from the south that are going to be rain producers. Okay, so that is something that we'll have to monitor as well. Now let's look back here. This is the ensembles for the GFS. Okay, so if we take a look here at the couple systems that we're watching, here's this weekend system. That's a no-brainer that we're going to see rain and we're going to see snow on the backside of this. Okay, they're all kind of in an agreement here that we're going to see the snow on the backside of the secondary low that's going to come in as the cold comes down from the north. Now what we're watching now for the 12th and 13th time frame, you can kind of see the ensemble members have the storm all over the place, but most of them have the storm. Just we have to figure out where the placement's going to be of the low pressure to where the cold air of the high pressure comes down and meets into the moisture gradient. So that is kind of what we're watching, but there is some kind of a system between the 11th, 13th of March that we do need to monitor. Take a look here at, this is looking at the Bering Sea. This is our organic forecasting. Okay, so we're watching in coordinates with this area in the Bering Sea. We're watching for low pressures and systems to move there, which would be in coordinates with the Midwest. Okay, so as we move through, like this here, give me 1 second. As we move through time here, we can see a low pressure that's coming out of the Rockies, basically, that would impact our area. This would be a warm weather maker. This would be the 26th through the 28th time frame. Another big low pressure off to our southwest that's going to be moving up to our area. This would actually be a severe weather outbreak for the first part of April time frame, because we have an area of high pressure and we have an area of low pressure. Big tight gradient pressure squeeze between the two, and so that is your battleground. Your battleground would be right in here through the Mississippi Valley towards St. Louis area, Illinois area. That would be your battleground area for severe weather. That would be towards the 1st of April time frame. And then as we move through the April, we see a couple weak low pressures that would move through our area, bringing more rain showers. So I really think the snow, we're kind of tapering off on the snow as of now. Okay, so I don't see any big severe or significant snow makers past the 12th, 13th of March time frame. All subject to change, but all these that are coming off the coast of Asia here into the Bering Sea, where we do the organic forecasting, which you won't see anywhere else. A lot of these are showing rain producers. So give or take, we'll I'll definitely keep monitoring that, but that's what we're looking at for right now. Let's look at the CFS V2 model, and this is showing the time frame between March 4th through March 11th, above normal moisture. As we head through the 11th through the 18th, kind of slow off a little bit, but we see that system come through on the 11th and 12th, so I think this is a little bit wrong, if you will, but I think it has a good idea. And then as we see through the 18th through 25th of March, well above normal here on a precip. And then even as we head to the 25th through the 1st of April, we're still in the greens here. So a very active time between now and through the first part of March here. So I think we need to monitor a lot of different situations, flooding risk, also the snow risk that's coming in this here in about 9 days or so. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, message me on Facebook, and enjoy the rest of your week and have a great weekend.